So I'm in the house by myself this evening, enjoying a nice bit of peaceful time, and I've just been thinking about the next local government challenge and just reflecting back on how absolutely amazing I felt after the very first challenge and how I felt like anything was possible and I couldn't wait for the next one. And now that this one's coming back, and it's arriving soon, I just feel quite daunted about it. And I'm sure that everybody is feeling that, who's taking part, because, geez, it is one hell of a journey over 24 hours to deal with something you have no clue about, and have to come up with a coherent business case in 24 hours when what it feels like 22 hours are taken up with meeting people and getting ideas and visiting places, and so you have all this stuff going on and you have to find time to really get to the crux of what you're wanting to do and make that business case that counts. And I really feel like there's a number of reasons why I feel nervous. And the first one is because it's natural to feel anxious and a bit terrified in the lead up to something that's really challenging. If this wasn't hard, for me it wouldn't be worth doing. This is an experience that's meant to stretch and push me and grow me. And actually, you have that phrase growing pains when you're growing up, because actually that process of growing is painful at times, but that's how you get the most growth. So I'm not just writing this blog and doing this video thinking that I should be amazing and natural, but so I kind of discount that. That is fine to be a little bit apprehensive in advance of something that's going to involve so much growth. But there is something which I have experienced, and maybe I've kind of touched on it in other blogs, and that is that my mind thinks of everything that I'm going to have to cope with at one time and bunches that up. So actually the growing pains over that 24 hours are spread out, but my mind, what I'm thinking of and in getting nervous about it, is anticipating every single moment of difficult growth and panic and feeling anxious and sort of compressing that. So it's like vegetable stock, or soup or whatever. Well, actually, one of those vegetable pots, the jelly stocks, that actually if you have it and you distill it in water, you probably could have it like a nice soup, but or like an OXO cube. So you could have that as a broth if you wanted to. However, if you tried to eat that stock cube, then it would be horrible. It'd be really salty, really intense. I don't know if anyone's had that or tried it, and maybe they'll say that I'm wrong, but that's how I feel, kind of like I'm experiencing the apprehension in the lead up to it, because I'm envisaging that whole experience in a heartbeat. And I just need to step back and chill out a little bit, because that will be stretched out over the time. The one thing though, which is the thing I want to challenge more, and why I'm writing this blog, is about the ego voice that I hear that tells me I'm going to be no good, that I am not going to have any good ideas, that I won't have progressed since last time, that I'm going to make a fool of myself. That voice, which I've touched on before, is one that I'm really feeling just really feeling some pushback from that. And that is, so everyone has that, those voices in your head that, not wanting to sound crazy, but you have those voices, right? The thing is, many people have those voices and they choose to ignore it, or they have those voices but they're turned down. And a lot of people though have that voice and they listen to it, and for so much of my life I have listened to that voice. The thing is though, that's not the voice that is right for me now. That's the voice that in a time of panic should be ringing loud bells in my ear, like fire, like run, 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 you're gonna die, or if I have an essay due in that like pumps the adrenaline, like you're gonna not get this if you don't put all your might in, the thing that prompts me in times of difficulty to get going, and to do what I need to do. That voice though for me, and I think for a lot of people, rings in times and speaks really loudly in times where it's not appropriate. So it tells you before you go and speak at an event that you're not good enough. And that makes you point to the bits that aren't your favourite bits about yourself. So for me, my tummy that's a bit squidgy, or my hair which is a little bit pointy up here, and points all those things out when it's actually a time that you need to have the biggest boost of confidence because you're about to do something really important. And the thing is, for so much of my life, I chose to believe that. If I listened really, really carefully, the voice I need to hear is right here. The voice that tells me that I've got this, that all I need to do is my best. That tells me that it doesn't matter if I don't win, what matters is showing up. And just resting with those things that aren't pleasantries that I'm telling myself for fear I won't win or do my best. And, but knowing that voice, that all I need to do is show up. That is like music to my ears. And that message of, you've got this, Amy, you can do this, because all you can do is your best. That is amazing. And actually listening to that voice makes me feel rooted and calm. And all that noise that's been going on in my head, round and round and round and round, just melts away when I listen to that which is truly important and the right thing to listen to. Because I've got this. I just need to show up. And that's great. So that's kind of my thing for the day, that I've been considering. How loud and obnoxious and, this little ego voice in my head that tells me all these things. I need to turn that down and crank this baby up, my little heart voice that tells me exactly what I need to know and brings me such peace in my life. So if you've got a voice that sounds really loud, telling you just how absolutely rubbish you are, just, place your hand on your heart and wait and hear what else comes out when you hear your higher self, your heart voice, or whatever it is you want to call it.